Hey everybody, I hope you all are doing well and welcome back to Michael's Matters. And once again, as we get to the end of the month of August, it means that it is time for us to do our Social Security benefits payout dates for the next month, the month of September, which is for those folks who are on a variety of Social Security programs. So whether that is Social Security Retirement, which is the largest group, Social Security Disability SSDI, Supplemental Security Income SSI, as well as survival and spousal benefits, and really all the other iterations of Social Security. So we're going to do that first, and then also we're going to talk about a key milestone in the history of Social Security, which is this month, the 88th birthday of the Social Security program. And that means we have a moment to reflect on what is the purpose of Social Security. Is it still serving that purpose? And has it been a success? And will it still be here for another 88 years, as well as a couple other news updates as well. Now, before we get to the video, if you like these videos, if you find them interesting, if you find them helpful, or hey, if you at least find them useful, please don't forget to like and subscribe because it really does help the channel to grow, and we are so thankful for that. But also because you get updates when our newest and most informative videos become available. All right, now, let's get down to the video. So first things first, let's do our Social Security payout dates for the folks on the various Social Security programs for September. And this first group of folks who we're going to talk about is for those folks who are just receiving Supplemental Security Income Benefits, or SSI. For the month of September, these benefits will get paid out on Friday, September the 1st. Now, of course, as per usual, although the money may be sent out on Friday the 1st, there are some situations where it may not get into your pockets right away on that date. For example, if you have an account that is set to direct deposit, banks sometimes will hold on to that money for a couple of days before they finish the deposit directly into your account. Also, if you are old school and you like to still get your checks in the mail via the post, well, you may have to add a couple additional days for that as well, but they're scheduled to go out on Friday the 1st. Next up is going to be benefits for those folks who started receiving Social Security benefits prior to 1997 when they changed the payout schedule to a staggered weekly payout schedule, or if you are receiving both Social Security benefits as well as SSI benefits. And unique to this month, and really only one other month this year, these benefits will be paid out on the same day as SSI benefits, so on Friday, September 1st, which means that folks get those benefits a few days earlier, which, is always nice. Of course, allow for time for processing and delivery, depending on the method that you have your payments set to. Now, last up for Social Security benefits payments for the month of September, it really sort of the messiest version of this, but also the most amount of people, is going to be for those folks who are receiving standard Social Security benefits like retirement or survivor or spousal benefits, and started receiving those benefits after 1997. The reason it's a bit messy is because they pay these benefits out weekly based on when in your birth month you were born. So first up, it's going to be for those folks who were born from the 1st through the 10th of the month in the month that they were born. This would mean that their Social Security benefits will get paid out on Wednesday, September 13th. If somebody was born from the 11th to the 20th of the month in their birth month, these Social Security benefits will get paid out on Wednesday, September 20th. And then lastly, for Wednesday the 27th, Social Security benefits will be paid out for those folks who were born from the 21st through the 31st of their birth month. One final thing to mention that I think is going to be a pleasant surprise for folks who are on Supplemental Security Income Benefits is that this is one of those occasional months throughout the year where folks will get 2 SSI payments in the same month. Now, it's not because they're actually getting any extra benefits, let's be clear about that, but it's just simply that they are getting October's Supplemental Security Income payments on the 29th of September because the 1st of October falls on a Sunday. So it is technically a second payment in the month of September for SSI, but keep in mind, there's not going to be any payments for SSI in October. With that out of the way, let's get to the next part here, and first start off by saying happy birthday to Social Security. You have served the American people well for generations at this point, and hopefully for many, many more. Happy birthday. Now, signed back in August 14th, 1935, I bet it was probably pretty hot and humid on that day, especially in Washington, D.C. Oof. Social Security went into effect, and well, it actually didn't go into effect on that day. It got signed in, but it didn't go into effect until 8 years later. But that's okay because FDR could wait because he had 3 terms to appreciate the fruits of his labor. No? Presidential third term jokes, anybody? Either way, if you are doing the math, it means that this year's Social Security program is turning 88 years old. And really, anything that has been around long enough, or that long, for example, one of the main things that needs to be tweaked is the baseline formula for what makes Social Security work, because it was built around a few assumptions that are no longer as true as they previously were. The primary culprit of all this is demographic change, because after World War II, there was an explosion of births, perhaps even a boom of births, that gave way to the baby boomers. That's why they're there. Huh? But now we are getting to that point in the lifespan where those babies are retiring, and their children, the Gen Xers, had less children, and their children, millennials, are having even less at the moment. This rocks the foundation of Social Security because it was built upon the assumption that there would always be enough people working, paying into Social Security to support a smaller number of retired people who would become unretired faster than the new workers would come into the workforce. Probably, maybe that's not the best way to put it, but you know what I mean. But right now, the ratio has not flipped, but it is no longer at that 5-to-1 or 4-to-1 or even 3-to-1 where it used to be back in the day. That was really necessary to keep Social Security solvent, which is specifically one of the reasons that Social Security may not be able to pay out its full Social Security benefits to retired Americans by as soon as 2033. Rather, it may only be able to pay out between 70 and 77% of the benefits, depending on who you look at. One oddity of all this is the fact that the constant conversation about Social Security failing has actually worsened the demographic effects, scuttling the program, because as more people hear about the possibility of the program's inability to pay out benefits down the road, more and more start to take their Social Security benefits even earlier and earlier, even with the penalty, because they are not certain it'll be there if they wait to their full retirement age, which, again, totally makes sense to me as a millennial because, well, I don't think I can start getting benefits at least till the 2050s, assuming they haven't raised the retirement age by then. Spoiler alert, they're definitely going to raise the retirement age by then. One bright side to all this is that Social Security so far has been the most successful program in the history of the United States. It has saved millions of people from poverty. It has helped our older friends, our older neighbors, and our older family members to be able to retire with dignity. And also, it has managed to make it this far without getting plundered by Congress or the White House, and which is quite a feat indeed, and is also one of the most popular programs America has ever had. To add further accolade to it, despite coming very, very close this year, Social Security has not once missed a payment to its beneficiary. That means 1,056 payments and not one missed yet. That should for sure get an 800 credit score for Social Security. Lastly, to add a bit of more positivity to this, to show, it's not all doom and gloom. There are folks in government right now, dare I even say politicians, who are putting in good faith efforts to try to resolve the shortfalls of Social Security and put it on a more stable financial footing. So that is good news. Now, the bad news to that is whichever party suggestions works out, whether it is the Democrats or the Republicans, those solutions, they're going to hurt, whether it is raising the taxes or cutting benefits, or more likely a healthy mixture of both. It's going to be felt for generations to come, long past any of us. The most likely solutions are going to come from a bipartisan congressional commission to hash out what is the best course of action that will shore up Social Security and not get everybody voted out. This commission was proposed by Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy. He was a Republican from California, and he did that after the debt ceiling fight had cooled earlier this year. But I don't think this commission will likely be put together until after the election. But one thing is for sure is that Social Security issues are going to be a big, big part of next year's presidential campaigns on both sides. All right, so that's it for today's Michael's Matters, where we got a chance to go over the payout schedules for next month's Social Security benefits, the double payments for folks on SSI, and talk about the 88th birthday of the beloved Social Security program and where it might be in the next 88 years. I mean, man, it must be 2111? Is that how you would say that? Well, it really will be the future. We'll have space Social Security by then. Now, this has been Michael's Matters, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video, or at least found it interesting or helpful, or maybe even useful. And if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, because it really does help the channel grow, and we are so thankful for that. But also because you get updates when our newest videos come out. So for Michael's Matters, I'm Michael, hoping that you take care of yourself, take care of others, and have a happy, healthy